7, 8, 9, raspy and alive. I see you in everything. My vocabulary's...
For me, just like writing songs is like a really personal thing, and I really like having an intimate relationship with the recordings, and so like especially the demos, I make them like totally by myself, and just I like to have control over it, and sometimes that means it doesn't sound as hi-fi. Feels normal to me. I feel like since it makes sense to me, it's like writing in my diary or something, so I don't really like worry about maybe the audience doesn't know the name of my friend that I'm mentioning, but I feel like for me it's like when I sing my friend's name, it's like I think of them, and so it's like a little inside joke with myself. Ultimately, I'm not talking about the people, it's more about my own experiences to being around certain friends or relationships, not necessarily like I'm saying something about that person. It's more just like they're part of my tale. I notice something and I write it down or think about it too much maybe. I like to like think a lot about everything that I'm feeling and sort of like organize it in this way, and writing songs is just like a place that I feel comfortable doing that. Like it's just like a map where I can just sort through everything, I guess. I think that a lot of them grow for me over time. Like sometimes I'll play the same song over and over again for a year on stage, let's say, and after a year it means something totally different. I relate to it in a different way, or sometimes even a feeling within the song that I didn't realize was there will reveal itself to me the more that I play it and think about it in different ways. I've always really liked having an archive of information. I keep diaries and I have them like organized by date. I have pretty bad memory, so I really like having reminders of stuff. I think the biggest change in terms of sound is that two of the bandmates are different, the drummer and the keyboard player, and so they bring their own styles, which I think just change the sound a lot. But also, for me, it was like a lot of the songs were written during a very tumultuous time in my life, so I was kind of asking all these questions about my relationship and like going through this breakup, and so a lot of the songs sort of like they're very tense. There's a lot of bothness, a lot of love and hate back and forth, and so I think that that makes it easier to keep playing the songs all the time because I feel like they have so many like deeper meanings that I'm still learning about. It's very all the music that I make is, you know, very particular to a time period, but I also feel like I can still sort of learn new things about it too. I've got a lot of songs written, so we pretty much have a plan for the new record, and I don't really know, I don't know if there's a uniform theme. I think a lot of them are post-breakup year ruminations, and then there's sort of, stuff about touring and stuff about new relationships and stuff like that, just learning, growing. All the usual stuff, you know. My parents are pretty low profile for famous people. They're not like red carpet kind of people. Though I wasn't, like I think there are other kids who have famous parents who you see that are like in the spotlight and growing up in the spotlight, and I think that can be probably pretty fucked up for the kid. And I didn't have that experience, so I feel like my parents' like parenting is reflected in sort of the way that I feel about like not wanting to be famous or whatever. Like I feel like I have a pretty healthy relationship with it because they're just like good parents. For me, when I started touring, it was really helpful to have them there for me. Like my mom, when she was 16, was traveling on her own and modeling and stuff and acting, and so having her like understand how scary that is and be able to give me advice on it was so nice, and a lot of people don't have that, so I was very grateful of that. We were staying in Porto the last 2 days, so that was really nice, and I haven't really seen Paredes de Coura yet, but it seems great. I'm excited to walk around the festival and stuff, and yeah, everybody's really nice, so it's good.